Hello, everybody, and welcome to the third ever episode of the Late Night Discussions podcast, starring me as your host, Kimbacher101, with Wonder, your boy John, not Rocco. We kind of lost him. Gabe, he's also here, and Jacob.
Yeah, I'm also here.
And today we got a bit of an interesting topic because we were discussing this before, and we're like, this is good for a podcast. That the doomsday clock is 2 minutes to midnight. But before we dive right into that, I just have to have a shameless little plug for our Discord server that is now public. So
the
link will be
Discord
in
public server.
Join the server.
Yeah, join the server. Link is down in the description below. You
join
can
the server.
If you don't, I'm gonna call my grandma.
Okay, Jonathan's
She's
calling his
gonna whack
grandma.
you with a Twizzler.
I don't like Twizzlers.
Man, I hate Twizzlers.
Man, I hate
go ahead,
Twizzlers.
Andrew.
Anyway,
I'm eating
so yeah,
M&Ms.
click the link down in the description to join the podcast, and just, you can hang out with us, play Team Fortress 2.
Share your ideas.
Yeah,
for the
share
next
your ideas
podcast.
for podcast submissions.
Mm-hmm. Comment down
So,
your
yeah.
favorite Twizzler. Mine's red flavored. But I think that's it.
Anyway, so yeah, the Doomsday Clock. It's 2 minutes to midnight, and for those of you who don't know, the midnight clock is
Doomsday
I mean,
clock.
the
Guys,
Doomsday
actually-
Clock.
I just remembered they held like a new thing for 2019 like Thursday.
Well, what's the current reading or time till midnight?
Check.
Okay, Gershom will be checking that, but I'll give you a little basic summary, very quick and not that descriptive, but basically the Doomsday Clock is the not really a clock, really. It's just kind of a it's an accurate
Know
way.
what the Doomsday Clock is.
It's kind of a way to
It's about 2 minutes. It's about 2 minutes to midnight.
Yeah, it's still 2 minutes to midnight.
okay, still at 2 minutes to midnight. Basically,
Which is abnormal.
like if the clock were to hit midnight, that pretty much means the end of the world. Of course, it's not a countdown or anything. It's a board of scientists and famous political figures and all that. They come together. They look at all what's going on in the world, and then they
Fun fact,
decide.
XX Tentacion used to be there, but now he's in Cuba, chilling with Tupac. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
this is the nuclear edition of the podcast. By the way, this is like a special episode almost.
it's not really a
Just
special
kind of
episode.
going off of the.
It's not really a
Go-
special episode,
You
but
know what? To
whatever.
me, it's very special. Okay, I made the thumbnail. I want it to be special.
You do you.
Gershom likes bombs. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not rich. I don't have AirPods. Okay, I can't get my.
Jonathan has AirPods.
So Yeah.
So yes, so because I have AirPods, I have accessibility
We're
to a
2
bomb.
minutes to midnight. We're trying to, do this thing here, so because it's a pretty interesting topic to us, and we hope it's just as interesting for you guys.
Mm-hmm. So
Where do we
So,
go from here? Basically,
Oh
you
my
might be
God.
wondering to yourself, "Oh, I don't know what's going on in the world. Why is it 2 minutes till midnight? Why are we so close to an apocalypse?" Well, there's quite a few things. Like one, the U.S. government used to be shut down. At the time of
Yeah, it's
recording
all shut
this,
down now.
Donald Trump did reopen the
thank the good
Government-
Lord. Wait,
Finally,
really?
after like
Yeah.
for
Like
3
3
weeks. Yeah,
for 3 weeks. And if
people with no
nothing
pay for
happens,
3 weeks. Government workers.
no, it's about
And in
time.
3 more weeks, if they still don't settle on something for like a border wall or border security, then he's shutting it down again.
Of course he is.
You would think that he would learn his lesson.
Personally, if you ask me, I personally think Donald Trump is so far the world's worst world leader. I wouldn't say he's the worst U.S. president. Because there's definitely been worse, like the
Wasn't
guy.
that like useless Grant? Wasn't he the worst U.S. president?
No. It's really depending on how you look at things. But in my opinion, the worst U.S. president is the guy who just sat there and let the U.S. Civil War happen.
I
Really?
was thinking
Abe
about the
Lincoln.
Great Depression, but okay.
Yeah, well, the
That's a
Great
pretty
Depression,
controversial. Like,
Great Depression really wasn't like the president's fault, to be honest.
It wasn't.
Well, no, but he just sat there and let it happen. So.
No, well, it was there were two presidents in the time period of the Great Depression, if I'm not mistaken.
Not Roosevelt, the other guy, but I can't remember his name.
The dude who was assassinated.
Yeah, I
Whatever.
don't think he was assassinated, was he?
Yeah, he
No,
was.
he
The dude in the frickin'
Was he?
limo, and then he was like, God,
JFK?
JFK. Yeah.
JFK didn't cause
Oh,
the...
JFK.
JFK wasn't alive during the Great Depression.
Hold on a second.
Oh
Give me
my God.
Give me a darn second.
oh,
Guys,
God.
type in the chat, Gabe's dumb, please.
Yeah, I'm retarded, so.
Oh, you can't use that word.
JFK
Type in the
was...
cat. type in
JFK
the
is
bat,
kind of one of
Gabe
them
ain't use that
legendary
word.
presidents, to be honest, though.
Yeah, he was really good. But not that one guy, he's bad.
Anyway, so yeah,
Yeah.
back to what we're talking about. You know, Donald Trump. He's a bit of an idiot, mostly because a
To say
border
the
wall will do absolutely nothing. Because if you look at the statistics, most illegal immigrants come from the sea or the air. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna put a wall in the ocean? Are you gonna make a wall that goes all the way up to the edges of the atmosphere? Like, what?
Could I interject about something?
Sure.
President Herbert Hoover was widely shamed for not doing enough to combat the Great Depression, and then Franklin D. Roosevelt was elected after Herbert Hoover. Just want to clear that up.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Gabe.
Okay.
But
Thank
anyway,
you.
Thank
so,
you.
I mean,
Thank
in
you,
my
Gabe.
opinion, even with the wall, and if it was constructed, wouldn't it just be harder for illegal immigrants to get out of the country also?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
because-
Like, it
In my
just kind of
opinion-
stopped both the ways.
In my
I mean,
opinion,
to get out of
I
the
feel
country,
like
they're going to be having like
Okay,
probably like government buses and stuff, like taking them out in groups.
I mean, in my opinion,
my-
I feel like the border wall, it will slow people down for maybe a couple months.
well, do
But
you wanna
after
know?
that, they'll just find a way.
Wait, you wanna-
they'll just find
you
a way
want-
to break through.
You want to know who the wall or yeah, what the wall excuse me, pardon my interruption. Anyway, you want to know who the wall is going to slow down?
Who?
The
Communists.
people who are coming in legally because they mostly go through all the checkpoints on the border and everything. They give them the papers and they just drive into the country using their cars on land where the wall's going to be built. So it's going to stop all the legal people coming in because you know it's going to be harder to get in because there's a gigantic wall.
Yeah.
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 And then,
And U.S. citizens, too.
I think
Like,
that's what we're
this
talking
is going to
about.
put a massive dent in our already billion-dollar debt.
no, it's
Yeah.
$1 trillion debt.
Trillion-dollar debt, my
And,
bad.
And since Donald Trump
Yes.
has been in office, it has gone up
Ooh.
like about $2 trillion, I believe.
Yay.
And he
Whoa.
bought McDonald's for some reason. Yo, where did that come from?
He
Have
bought
you not seen that
during
poster?
Christmas time.
Or-
I think during Christmas time, he bought McDonald's for like soldiers or something. Even though the government's like, "Yo, don't visit the soldiers during Christmas time," and he did it anyway. I'm not sure exactly how that goes. I might be mixing things up with multiple stories, but
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just kind of saw that as a waste of money.
Yeah. Then like,
Oh wow, hang on.
that's
I gotta talk about this because Christian said that if you see an awkward transition, you gotta mention it. So that just happened.
And then, you know,
But anyways,
that's not to mention, the fact that, you know, he is so stubborn that he'd rather, put everyone who's in a non-essential government branch and basically poverty because
Yeah.
he needs his wall. He needs his $10 million.
why? Well, it won't. Maybe he was like, maybe he looked at the Great Wall of China and he's like, I want to be you, but we aren't China. We're America, and we don't eat dogs. That's
We don't
racist.
eat
I can't say that. That's not funny, guys. Don't nobody laugh at that. That came out. I'm sorry if anyone's if one of our 9 followers is Chinese. I'm sorry. Gabe said it. Blame Gabe.
Yeah.
Hashtag
blame Gabe.
down in the chat. Thank you so much.
No,
You
I'll
guys
sing
are
about
amazing.
it. I'll sing
Now,
about.
speaking
I'll
of
sing my
China-
apology.
Speaking of China and that general Asia area, there's some there's some news going on around there. Like the biggest thing is this is coming from Gabe. Kim Jong-un has stated that he's going to be making more nuclear weapons.
Oh yeah, yep. He stated that he will not cease production at all. This was on the news as well. Like, he stated that he will not cease nuclear weapon productions, even though I don't know if it was a treaty or he just talked to Trump and was like, yo, I'm gonna stop this.
Jeez, Donald Trump, man, you're a real diplomat.
I mean, if more bombs just leads to more bombs, which just leads to more bombs.
Obama.
I'm glad you told me about that.
Uh,
Yeah, I made that up on the spot. But anyways, the creation of nukes kind of signified our downfall sooner or later. More nukes
And
leads to more
just
nukes.
like that, we
Because-
segue into the whole nuke topic.
Yeah, hang on. Donald Trump will see the nukes and he'll be like, "Oh shoot, dog!
This is how
Time
the
to
Cold
be able
War
to
happened.
You know,
like time to be able to blow up the world a couple more times."
yeah, we need. See, my plan is just to stop making nukes. Instead, we should make genetically modified cat girls.
Yes.
Build Nikos, not
Oh,
nukes.
No.
Build
You made the
Nikos,
joke.
not nukes.
This is a podcast, Angel. I
You
don't
mention
think you know how
anime near me
shamed
one
you're
more
gonna
time, and
get.
I'm gonna break your Nico kneecaps.
Hey, shut up,
Oh.
That's
weeb.
not funny.
Oh.
If one of our 9 followers is from anime, I'm so sorry. Please don't take offense to that. Hashtag blame game down in the chat. Everybody thinks me.
Yeah, blame
Oh my
game.
God, nuclear bombs. Nuclear bombs.
Alright, so
Can I
Gershon,
say
I'm
something?
pretty sure.
Yeah,
I
go
know.
on ahead,
I'm
Gershom.
pretty sure
Say
you're
something.
rising in your chair, so say something.
Yeah, I haven't said anything for a little while, so.
Yeah.
Nuclear bombs. As we were all talking about Kim Jong-un possibly making even more. And the, whole government thing getting shut down in about 3 weeks if the,
People
But they still
saying
can't make a
what-
decision.
Yeah. Well,
that kind of puts us in a very bad spot, and that, I don't know, I know the doomsday clock is at about 2 minutes right now. It's still at 2 minutes. It's abnormal for it to be at 2 minutes 2 years in a row, actually.
it's abnormal. It's never really happened before. So that puts us in a position where if the government shutdown happens again and he keeps on shutting it down and turning it back on, what if Kim Jong-un sees this as like an opportunity because America has a
Very big weak spot right now,
Yeah, definitely.
And
I'm pretty sure everyone knows.
any enemy of America at the moment can see that very clear, because it's being reported all over the place. So I think
him shutting it down and turning it back on again. I think that's really going to be what brings us to, doomsday or whatever, because it's a very scary thing
Yeah.
that he's doing.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they might not do that because they know, unless they have.
Like, they know
Okay.
we have them surrounded, we can, blow them
Yeah.
up.
Well, I mean, unless they just completely wipe us out. Don't do that, Kim Jong Un. If you're one of our 9 followers, please. But yeah, if they just
Yeah, he used this to
He
get
just
insight.
take us out all in one go, then that's bad. But I'm pretty sure there are scared of us just because we can blow up the world a couple times.
Yeah.
Is that I
I feel like if he keeps turning it off, if he keeps like shutting
Massive
down the
turn off.
government, shutting it off, like I think the military is at one. I feel like at some point or another he's going to do something regarding the military, and I feel like whatever action he takes on the military or around that, or maybe if the whole shutting down thing affects them in some shape, way, or form, I feel like that happening could somewhat like cause a domino effect, which leads to the whole North Korean thing
May
possibly
I
affecting us with their nuclear
intervene?
bombs.
No.
Okay. Shut up, John.
No.
Basically, the whole reason why Kim Jong-un hasn't really sent nuclear weapons our way is because of a little something called MAD, or mutually assured destruction. It's the same, thing that protected us during the Cold War, but basically the basic principle is that if one country sends a nuke to another country, then the other country is going to retaliate with even more nukes. And then the other country will retaliate with even more nukes, which will cause a domino effect and destroy the entire world. Quite frankly, nobody wants that.
AKA fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, for your point with the government shutdown affecting the military, one thing, Donald Trump will never let that happen, because he loves his military so
Donald
much.
Trump-
He loves his military.
I
Yeah,
know,
he
But
but
you guys
he
have
loves-
to see that even however much he loves the military, his actions can still cause things that he may not be aware of.
Yeah, but also, if it does affect the military so much, it probably won't will make the military weaker, but that also give the let's say at that point he'll just be pissing off everyone, and then that'll lead to one, an impeachment, or two, which is mostly unlikely, but a coup, where he gets forcefully overthrown.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's a good thing, a very good thing actually.
Yeah.
It probably won't happen though.
That's
Yeah.
probably not going to happen.
knowing our luck at
Yeah.
the moment. The
World
world
really seems just to be going downhill very fast.
Yeah, and then there's also in China, the big old communist nation that I do not support at all for illegally annexing multiple countries.
I don't think anybody supports it. Let's be real
Well,
here.
the Chinese have to support it, otherwise they'll get run over by tanks.
Well, yeah, because they're freaking Chinese.
Yeah, but
Yes.
basically, China told its military to prepare for war. No, that's not out
That's
of
cool.
that's not not normal. It's actually pretty normal, but the thing is that they're starting to direct their military towards Taiwan, which
Oh,
is
God.
which is a very disputed territory. Way back during the Chinese
We
Civil
have,
War,
we have that, don't we?
I'll get to that stuff. During the Chinese Civil War,
Alright.
there was communist China, and then there was not communist China. Basically, communist
Mhm.
China beats not communist China all the way to this little island called Taiwan, which is where they continue to reside. They changed their name to Taiwan and everything, so that countries will recognize it and whatnot.
Yeah.
And go to today, where China is preparing for war for Taiwan. Taiwan's preparing for war against China, and
Oh boy.
which will all go down to one thing where Trump, he doesn't like China that much, and he also kind of sees Taiwan as a bit of a friend. So if China does go to war with Taiwan, then chances are we will probably be getting dragged into the war with China and Taiwan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why? I mean, I'm all for alliances and stuff, but I don't know. I mean,
Because Donald Trump
I
himself.
I get it, we're friends, but but do we really need that right now? Especially if Trump's just gonna boppity boopity shut down the government again.
Well, you never know with Trump, to be honest.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Very unpredictable.
and this is all gonna culminate. All culminated into a whole 2 minutes till midnight of the doomsday clock.
So that's kind of
Where we're at in the world in terms of politics and just well-being, we're not, very good right now. But it's just we're in a really bad position. That's what I'm trying to say. We're in one of the worst positions we've been in since like the early to late 1940s, and that is something we really don't want, but we're having to face.
Yeah.
By the way, our 11 viewers, which may or may not consist of Kim Jong Un, it is midnight 0:12 right now a.m. So it's pretty tired. I am pretty tired. We're all pretty tired, except for Andrew. He took a nap in his freaking 180-degree rotating gyroscope. So yeah, and then I called him
a nap,
I called
but
him
I'm not tired. But anyways, let's get back on topic here. So a nuclear war is something that we hear a lot about in fiction, like Fallout, and a lot of other things. So it's
mentioned Fallout one time in this podcast.
So I feel like a lot of people don't really think about it as a thing that could possibly happen.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people
like Andrew mentioned, mutual assured destruction.
Yeah, and that's exactly why people don't really expect it to happen. But if somebody out there, some dictator at some point in our, lifetime, Kim Jong-un or some other person, fires a nuke at somebody per se, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That person sends one back, it goes to hell. And a nuclear war almost broke out in I believe the 80s when the radars for the mutual destruction thing picked up something going towards them. I believe it was
yeah. It was with I forget the name. I can't remember. Keep on talking, Gershon. My bad.
So they detected something on the radar. I believe it was Europe or some Asian country, and they believed it was a nuclear bomb coming in from America. And so it had the shape of a nuclear bomb. It was coming right for them,
and they were about to press the button to fire nukes back, which would have caused a nuclear war. But turns out it wasn't actually a nuclear bomb, and it was just some stray
thing flying through the air. I believe it might have.
I thought it was with China or the commies.
These weren't commies.
Versus the US.
This was there weren't any commies or anything. This was America and somewhere else.
Man, 1 second sooner, 1 second earlier, and we would have been not here right now.
I know, there was an order. There was an order. They could have done it and they could have not done it, but the person that was looking over everything said to not do it because there might have just been not that. But he was about to say yes, but he was decided against it at the very last second.
And so they didn't fire the nukes back, and it turned out just being like a bird or something. And if
that would have been awkward.
If something like that happens,
which it very well can still happen, if something like that happened before, it could happen again. And this time we might not have. If it's Kim Jong-un or Donald Trump, they're not gonna freaking double think themselves. They're gonna fire a nuke,
Yeah, because we have idiots running the world.
And so that's what I'm kind of scared of, because a simple accident like that could really
cause our, death. And with all the things we're, kind of sitting on, all these different political things, we're just on this freaking.
We're on a match, basically. We just kind of have to wait till it lights, which is something like that, and then it finally finishes up, and then there's no more match, there's just ash, and that's going to be our world. It's pretty dark.
And the scary thing to think about is, it ain't gonna be all freaking radiated monsters running around trying to kill you. Giant scorpions.
I mean, look what happened to Chernobyl.
Yeah, it's the thing is that media, I mean, it's cool that they portray radiation as some mutating thing that gives people superpowers, but if you're exposed to radiation, a lethal dose, the only superpower you're getting is
Skin
cancer.
Yeah.
Cancer.
Yeah, so it's not a very a thing you don't want to look forward to, because I mean, you look at Chernobyl and you see what radiation did to it, and that wasn't even a nuclear bomb. That was just pure radiation, and look how bad it is even to this day. And that's with civilization all around it. And if there's a nuclear war, civilization will be depleted. There's not going to be anybody to manage the world. Everything's going to it's going to look like a battlefield, because there's nuclear bombs going around, and radiation, and a lot of death. And I think
And-
that's something nobody really wants.
And not to mention that
No way.
literally nothing could live on this planet anymore.
Not a
Yeah.
thing.
I mean, sure, you could maybe go outside for a little bit if you're but you'd have to wear a lot of protection, but you'd mostly have to take, cover in bunkers
you
or...
see, the people who like do go into vaults and whatnot, and they do happen to survive, and they theoretically do have all the right equipment to go outside. It's not like they're gonna like be able to
Go
plant anything or hunt anything for food.
Well, I mean, you can start
your own garden inside of your bunker if you're prepared enough.
Yeah.
I
Me
think
and
we
Garrison
were
were talking
discussing-
about this the other day. Yeah.
Yes, you can start your own garden if you have the right equipment, and you can just have food down there, so you don't have to go
And we
out.
saw.
Think about how much
nuclear-
you need.
Okay then. We saw a nuclear bunker with like a fish hatchery too. So you can have fish and plants.
You'd really just need to be really ready. You'd have to have like animals for, animals.
Yeah, you can even have a farm down there. Really, really.
You'd
need
really
it.
have to.
But you'd have to invest like your entire life into that. It's not just something like
That's why
a
I'm saying
nuclear
that
bomb
only the
is
really
coming.
rich people are probably going to survive
Yeah.
something at this
Like,
scale.
a nuclear bomb is already on its way, and it's like, oh hey, might as well just construct an entire farm in a
No,
nuclear
we're not saying
bunker
that. We're
underground.
saying like
Well, yeah, I know
the
that.
people
I'm
who
just
are
saying.
ready. Like this
You'd have
bunker
to
we're
be,
talking
like-
about was a presidential bunker made by like
You'd have to be,
JFK
like,
back in the day.
years prior or ready
Man,
for
And this world is so screwed up. Like, it's the rich people who will get us into war, but it's also the rich people who get out scot-free.
It's a very twisted world.
yeah.
Welcome to America.
I mean,
I don't know about you guys, but I'm
This is
definitely gonna
America.
invest in a bunker at some point.
Don't catch
Hey guys,
yourself.
I plan to not end up like a skeleton at any point in my life.
I don't think anyone wants to plan to do that, Gershon. If anyone could, they would make a bunker.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
anybody could, they would, but you just kind of need the money.
Hopefully, one of us here is fortunate enough to
I mean,
make
Andrew
one.
is not gonna do it, even though he could one day if he ever became president, but he's not gonna do it.
honestly,
But hopefully, if I ever can, guys, you can count on me. If I have enough money, Jacob and I, we're gonna try and get one for us.
honestly,
Yeah.
though, if there is a complete nuclear annihilation, honestly, I wouldn't want to live on anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Because
Alright,
just
guess it's just you and me,
the
Jake.
thought that you're just gonna be stuck underground for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
I was saying that to Jacob, but he said he didn't really that wouldn't really affect him. I mean, all I do half of my life at this point is just sit in my room, so it wouldn't be that different. But I would want to have people
It would get old
in there
after
with me.
a
I
while.
wouldn't want to be alone. I'd want to have like my wife and to have kids and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I'd want to have a wife. I'd want to have like people. I wouldn't just want it to be me and Jacob, because then I would kill myself. But,
Yeah, because you pretty much be
Jacob
talking
would
to
also kill
yourself.
himself if it was just me in there. He'd literally just kill himself. I'd be like, "Hey, Jacob, want to talk tonight?" And keep on doing it every time, and he couldn't do anything about it. He'd have to kill himself. So
so
Literally every day in my
Not
life.
wrong.
yeah. So like, I'd only do it if I would be able to have some people on board. Like if you guys were to come down there with us with our gardens and video game rooms, you guys like video games. So
But there's another thing to that too. Like, what happens when you beat every single video game?
Lamau, just restart,
Lamau, guy.
dumbass.
Just restart freaking Red Dead Redemption for the rest of your life.
Yeah, basically.
Red Dead Redemption
Yeah,
is a good
Red Dead
game,
You're just,
but
you're
it's
just,
like
on Red Dead 2, and like You're just down there in your bunker playing it for the 50th time in a row, and all of a sudden Rockstar updates the game, and you're like, guys.
Wait a second, what's going on?
Dutch,
So,
like,
I
I have a
think,
plan, Arthur. we
I'd
just
only
need
do it
money.
if you guys were to come with us and like other people as well. Yeah, that's the only way I'd do it because I'm not gonna be down there alone with like one person. I would not do that because it's gonna be the most miserable thing in the freaking
What if it
world.
was a female?
Well, I mean, then I could reproduce and we could have babies.
Oh my god.
Andrew.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is that isn't that the point? You want to reproduce, have kids, make humanity not
But
die?
with a sample size that small, what about inbreeding?
That's not something we want.
What about what?
Inbreeding.
Then just have a ton of protected. No, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. Never mind.
That's
Let's
some
not,
dumb shit.
Yeah, let's not have that conversation.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is that I'd rather have more than 2 people in there. I'd rather have an actual community of people, and I'm hoping you guys would come along with me, and we could just have a good time, drink beers every day, not really worry about anything, because we're in a bunker
Beer.
and everybody else on top.
Mister, we're all 16-year-old teenagers. We are not old enough to have
Obviously, this
beer.
is not gonna happen. Obviously, this is not gonna happen when I'm a teenager. My plan stretches
You guys-
beyond that.
That moment when you remember that it's a podcast and not Gersham's fantasy wet dream about having a nuclear bunker.
Okay, this is actually not a fantasy wet dream. This is just a plan.
That
Plan
Right,
to
this
keep
is a
you guys
nerdy
alive. And when this
fantasy
shit
wet
goes
dream.
down and I have my own bunker, you guys are not gonna be thinking about this as a joke anymore.
Yeah,
or else you're gonna
exactly,
end up
'cause
like
we'll
that
all be
one guy
dead.
I showed you.
Gersham's gonna be that
Even
like
worse.
psychopathic old man in the year 2083.
You know
He's
what?
like
Fine.
the Cold War's still going
Okay,
on.
you guys
It
are not
never
invited
happened.
into my bunker. That's it. Jacob, do you still want an invite?
Sure.
Alright, Jacob's invited. And a bunch of other people but you guys, because you guys are making fun of me.
Okay,
I remember this when a nuclear bomb drops and you're with your kids, and you're like, please let us inside, at least let my kids in. I'm gonna
Jonathan's
say,
not
no,
feeling
I'm not gonna
so
let your
good.
kids in. I'm not even gonna let you in. I'm gonna let you all die out here.
Hold
Why
on,
are you-
Jonathan needs to
why-
say something, guys.
Why are you doing the thing? I just woke up from like a 30 millisecond nap, and I just hear Gershon rambling on about communist propaganda.
That's not at all what I was
Sounds like
talking about.
communist
you know?
BS, but okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
Jonathan-
Jonathan should go back to
Um,
sleep.
I think the nuclear bomb.
So, as Adrian was trying to bring up a few minutes ago before I rudely interrupted him, radiation is not as fun as they show it off in movies and stuff. It's very
That
bad.
was like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
radiation.
God.
Radiation is not.
minutes. How long was I out for?
You haven't said anything in a long time.
I was tired.
I thought I heard you
Yeah,
laugh a
I'm
few
tired.
times, but I guess I'm just hearing things.
Maybe
It's the
we're-
ghosts,
Maybe me in the
guys.
bunker.
It's the ghosts.
Ha ha.
Ghosts are in Gerson's room.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just my laugh track I have going.
Maybe it's
Turn the laugh track.
Jase with his jaw coin.
That's not funny. That's
really good
What was
joke.
that? I just
Jaw
heard.
coin.
I just heard like freaking Jacob.
That's quite racist, actually.
Your
How
mom.
long is this freaking podcast? Because I'm pretty unfeeling it right
I'm gonna
now.
have. No, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna come in.
Anyway, guys. So yeah. Oh, this is
What if, like, a
we-
freaking... What if we had a
I
BB gun,
think we've said all we
but
want
just
to
filled
say.
it up with
really.
salt?
I think
It's
Jonathan
funny how
needs
we
to
had this
go back to
gigantic
sleep.
conversation last weekend
And we were just like
talking for at least 2 hours, and now we can only talk about stuff for about 40 minutes without
I know,
everybody
we
starting to go
talked
slowly
all
insane.
the podcast.
Yeah.
We should have been recording.
I mean, this was actually a pretty good episode. Not gonna lie, a lot better than our last episode,
Yeah.
last attempt, which was
Oh
absolutely
my
terrible.
god. Our last
Are we-
attempt was
Are
garbage.
we still recording?
what about that one?
We're still recording, Jonathan.
That one city in that nuclear power plant.
So yeah, guys. So
Oh.
so
No,
I'm gonna end it
Andrew.
off. I'm gonna end it
No,
off right here.
no, I want to end it off.
Okay, Jonathan.
You're sending some
Okay.
really mixed messages, not gonna lie.
Okay,
Alright,
Jonathan, go on
guys,
ahead.
so, like-
End it off.
Okay, so comment. That's what she says. So comment, like, and subscribe. For more, text me at 888-777. Wait, hang on. Text me at 1 second. I gotta find Gabe's number.
Wait, no.
Oh
No,
no!
not my
text,
number.
Okay, guys. So yeah, like, comment,
Text me
subscribe,
at
and I'll see you
239
guys next video.
Your
Adios,
mom
amigos.
o'clock. Good night.
Ah, shoot! I just got off the Discord server, didn't I? So yeah, I might as well do a nice peaceful little outro while we're here. So yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Discord link is in the server below. And yeah, see you guys in the next episode.